A very good morning to everyone. Here we are going to see the explanation of the 13th chapter of the novel, The Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe. The 13th chapter sounds like deep magic from the dawn of time. So let's get into the explanation. After walking miles and miles, which seems to have no end, Edmund is extremely tired and worn out. Finally, the witch and the dwarf halt in a dark valley filled with fir trees and yew trees. Meanwhile, they discuss about the wolf that they had sent to collect information about Ashton and events happening in the stone table. Apparently, the White Witch would come up with an idea. They would plan that if they kill Edmund, the fourth throne of Cair Paravel would never be filled and the prophecy would not be fulfilled ever. While this discussion is halfway, the wolf that they had sent earlier would arrive at that place. He informs that his captain, Maugrim, was killed by a son of Adam and urges both of them to fly away from that place. But the White Witch refuses to do so. She orders the great brute to summon all of them who are on their side. Edmund would be roughly dragged and tied to a tree. He couldn't see White Witch since it was dark. Meanwhile, he would hear some strange sound, and it would take him a minute or two to conclude that the sound was from the knife which is being sharpened. At the very moment, Edmund would be rescued by Ashton's members and he would be really tired to even take a breath of relief. Ashton would order his men to comfort Edmund and provide him with wine and drink. Amidst the hustle, they would notice that the White Witch had escaped, which would be followed by the act of Edmund fainting. Edmund would be carried by Ashland's members and soon they would witness night with moon blooming like a flower on the sky. Soon the dawn arrives and the three children would hear Mrs. Beaver saying that their brother had been rescued and brought back safely last night. After having breakfast, they decide to visit Edmund and there they would see Edmund walking with Ashland by his side and they having a serious conversation. Ashland then sees the children and would hand over Edmund to the place where he belonged to. He also insists them not to speak about anything that had happened in the past. Edmund then seeks apologies. Meanwhile, a leopard would approach Ashland and says that there is a message from their enemy, who is none other than the White Witch herself. After Ashland's approval, the leopard brings the White Witch dwarf along with him. He says that the Queen of Narnia and the Empress of the Lone Islands wants to meet Ashland in a safe atmosphere and speak about a matter which is mutually beneficial. Mrs. Beaver would be offended since the dwarf was addressing the White Witch to be the Queen of Narnia, but Ashland calms her down. Ashland agrees to meet her only on a condition that the White Witch should leave her wand at the Great Oak. Two leopards would be sent along with the dwarf to make sure that the messages were delivered correctly. Few minutes later, White Witch would arrive at that place. Everyone except Ashland would be intimidated by her. White Witch says that there is a traitor in your crowd and it isn't a rocket science to find whom she is referring to. He is none other than Edmund, but Edmund remains unaffected by the accusation. Ashland backs Edmund by replying that the offense was not against her. This increases the temper of White Witch and she asks Ashland if he had forgot about the black magic. He replies that he had, which irritates her even more. The White Witch then asks Ashland if he had no idea about the magic that the Emperor had put into Narnia at the very beginning, and she is the one who have the right to kill every traitor. Her long explanation would be followed by Mrs. Beaver's mockery statement which once again would be silenced by Ashlyn. White Witch claims Edmund to be her prey and says that Ashlyn could not stop her from having what is lawfully hers. If he do so, then Narnia would be overturned and would perish in fire and water. Susan would be worried hearing this. Ashlyn then demands privacy, which makes everyone except the White Witch to back off. Everyone would feel the tension in the atmosphere, and Edmund swallows the lumps forming in his throat out of fear. Pin drop silence would prevail in no time. After a few torturous minutes of silence, Ashlyn orders everyone to come back. He then announces that Edmund was no longer her prey, and that's when Edmund takes a long breath of relief. White Witch would seem to be overjoyed and asks Ashlyn that how can she be sure that the promise would be kept. Ashlyn would reply her with a wide and loud roar which scares the White Witch to her death. Without wasting a minute, she picks up her skirt and runs for her life. On that note, the 13th chapter has come to an end. Thanks for listening till the very end.